I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys. Today is Wednesday, March the 22nd, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this one a I'm gonna give it a 7. It was solid. So we see Brooklyn and Chase. Child, I'm not gonna hold you long. I told you honorable mentions. Brooklyn finally breaks down to Chase because he was talking about he wanted to be with her again, and she wants that too, but she got to tell him something, and it's that whole thing about how she signed an NDA with links, with links, so she can't say anything about him, anything like all the creepiness he did, the sexual harassment. She signed that she won't say anything. So even if Blaze or anyone comes forward, she can't um she can't agree with them and say, yeah, that is the truth because he did it to me. And so Chase get mad at her and he was like, oh my gosh, you're not the person I thought you were. And I said, well, who did you think she was? Everybody know Brooklyn's selfish. This is why I don't want Brooklyn and Chase together anymore, because the person that he wants Brooklyn to be, that's not her. And he can't roll with her being the woman that he loves that sometimes bends the rules. He can't roll with that. So these two don't need to be together anyway. So please bring Brooklyn another love interest on. And I'm cool with Chase going with whoever he like. Put him back with Sasha. You gonna have a hell of a time with Sasha too, cause her life ain't. Anyways, let's move on. So we see Alexis and Diane now. Alexis is fussing at one of her girls because she said, "You did not do this story right, girl. We can be sued for libel." And she said, "Do I need to contact Gregory?" And she said, "No, leave him alone. You just do it with your job, what you're supposed to do." And so Diane was like, "Ooh, that was harsh." Alexis said, I have time to be nice. And so then Alexis talks to Diane and she tells her Gregory got a drinking problem. And Diane said, wait a minute, girl, you can't go around saying that about that man. So she telling Diane everything that went on with Gregory and how she, found out all the information about him not working at the school. And Diane was like, girl, you doing too much. She said, you wouldn't want somebody to be in your personal life like this. But Alexis is like, if it was me, wouldn't you do everything you could to help me? She said, yeah, but to a certain extent, girl, you doing too much. And so she's like, I just want to help him. But Diane says, you need to find out what's going on. And then you need to let him come to you as well. Diane trying to talk some sense to into Alexis, but she ain't hearing it. So then we go over here with Gregory and Finn. And Gregory was actually trying to make an appointment with Dr. Parks, but Finn comes up. Finn thinks he's there to support Elizabeth on, because she's being reviewed by the board. So Gregory waves the nurse off so that Finn won't know what's going on. We all knew Gregory was sick. So then we see Laura, Esme, and Spencer, right? So Laura, Esme, and Spencer are talking. Baby, I know some of y'all say Spencer get on your nerves, but I was here for this when Spencer told Esme, you being real selfish when it comes to this baby. You don't have a place to go. You don't have anywhere to you don't have any money. The charges were dropped and Esme wanted to stay in the damn prison because she don't I don't know anything except the hospital and the prison. And he said, girl, this ain't a place to raise your baby. He said, I got you a room over Kelly's. She said, it's enough room for me and Ace. And he said, well, we was thinking that Ace would come with us and you would stay at Kelly's until you got yourself together because you ain't got no nothing and I'm gonna pay your bills and everything. And all you need to do is work, get yourself together, and then you can get your baby back. And she said, no, I don't want to do that. And Spencer went off on her. He told her she was very selfish. He said, you might not have your memory, but you're still the selfish Esme. And she said, because he was like, that's not the best thing for you to do. Who gonna watch your baby while you trying to work? How you gonna afford to live there with you and the baby? How you gonna do all this kind of stuff with you and the baby? You don't have any means, Esme. And so then she was like, she has another solution because Laura stepped in and she said, tell us what you want. We didn't involve you in the plan. Tell us what you want. And I said, we'll see about this. So then we go over here to Jordan and Nina. So Nina, she in her civilian clothes, right? And so Nina coming to talk to excuse me. Jordan is in her civilian clothes and she coming to talk to Nina. And Nina was like, oh my gosh, is it Sunny? And she said, no, should I be worried? And then Jordan was like, oh, I'm sorry, it is nothing. And she said, no, you're out of your work clothes. What's up, Jordan? This is Nina talking to Jordan. And Jordan says, I'm coming to talk to you about Curtis, see if you talk to him and everything. And so she lets Nina know that I knew about Portia and Trina could possibly be his baby for the wedding. She said, but Portia told me that if I told Curtis, like, that's me just admitting that I still wanted him. And Nina said, well, Portia put you in an impossible position, and so, but then George, she said, because you don't still want him. And Nina looked at Jordan. She said, girl. And Jordan said, nah, I mean, I always have love for him or whatever, but I don't know what Jordan feeling. I tell you what, y'all better not put them two back together. That's what I do know. But anyway, they sit down and talk or whatever. And it's nice to see these two talk. I actually like them in a scene together. So, but Nina just says credit's gonna take some time, and loyalty is everything to him and whatever. But he'll come around. So then we go over here to Portia, Elizabeth, and Terry, and they're all worried. Now, what really has Elizabeth worried is that they have not, Epiphany didn't write her a letter of recommendation, and she's at John Hopkins right now because she got accepted into that school, right? And so they're excited for Epiphany, but also Elizabeth's like, Epiphany, but I can't believe she didn't do it because that she's my mentor and that would look good. And so they were like, oh, I'm sure she's just probably busy or whatever. And I was like, okay. So then Finn and Gregory come up, and Elizabeth's just like, I can't believe all the people who support me, who love me. Oh, Portia was in there talking to the board as well, and she said, right now, it went well. She said, but but they never know. So Elizabeth says, I can't believe all the people who support me, and they just tell her, girl, we know what Nicholas put you on in a impossible decision, and he put you in a impossible position. So nobody blames you because Elizabeth can't believe all the support she's getting. She thought people were gonna hate her. Girl, they don't like Esme, so they wouldn't go hate you. So, anyways, Gregory and Finn continue to talk after Elizabeth. She has to go in and talk to the board herself. So they continue to talk, and he's talking about Alexis, and then Finn gets a phone call from Alexis' child. I said, girl, because Diane tried to warn her not to do this, but she wanted to. And so then Gregory comes over. He said, you called my son. He goes over to visit Alexa. He said, you called my son? Like, mind your business, ma'am. What are you doing? I said, get her, Gregory, because she needs to mind her business. She does. But anyway, so then we go to Finn and Elizabeth, and she just is feeling nervous. But she said she just told her story. And she said at the end of the day, she felt like it's hard to tell it, but it gets easier and easier because she honest to goodness thought she was helping Esme. She thought she was helping, and that's what the whole thing was about. So then Trina and Curtis are outside, right? He's coming out of Kelly's and she's going in, and then they sit down and talk, and she just tells him she hasn't talked to Portia and she doesn't know how to act around him. He says, I don't know how to act around you. And she says right now she doesn't want to get the DNA test, and he said that's cool. And so he tells her about, him and Marshall's relationship and how, they found each other again, but it took time and it took a lot of trust. And he told her, don't shut your mama out of your life. And I do like that Curtis did tell her that don't shut your mom out of your life. Just try to stay open to her because you don't want to waste time and everything. So around this time they hug, and Portia comes up, and Portia walks. She was finna turn around and walk away, and Trina calls out to her, and Portia said, "I didn't want to interrupt y'all," and they said, "No, we just ran into each other by chance." And so then Portia was like, "Can we all go? Can we get something to eat?" But Trina says, "Actually, Spencer hit me up, so I'm about to go." And Curtis is just like, Trina, and she's like, "No, I'm about to go." She's still upset with Portia. It's understandable. So, baby, why Portia tried to talk to Curtis? I said, girl, give it some more time. This man's still mad. So she's trying to talk to Curtis, right? And Curtis don't want to have anything to do with her. And she said, Curtis, we could work this out. She said, how is Marshall? He says, that's his business to tell. She said, we're family. We're still family, right? I said, girl, no, y'all not family. They are, but I don't know what's going on with them. But he still heard about her lying to him. That was a long lie. You shouldn't have married this man, girl. Whew, child. So, anyways, he just tells her, he needs some time. He ain't ready to do all this. And she said, let's go to counseling. He said, why? Because you want to go and you want to work this out. I need time. She said, we can do it whenever you want to. I'm willing for everything. Why that man turn around and walk away? Oh, I said, Curtis, where you going? He said, away from her. I said, Curtis, come back. He told me no. Portia, I feel bad for you, girl. That man walked away. He turned his back on her and walked away. Baby, Curtis, you better not ever get in a relationship and lie. You sitting over there with Miss Wu like you. Anyways, child. So then he goes and he tells the bartender to give him a drink. Make it a strong one, a double scotch or something. And then here comes Jordan. I said, "Now, Jordan, you better not go back to this man. Y'all better not start reminiscing and want to get that old thing back. Y'all better not. I don't want to see it, child. I want Jordan to have a grown woman summer, but not with no Curtis." So then we go over here, and Trina goes to see Spencer. She says, "Oh, I came to see the baby." And he said, "It didn't go as planned, girl." And then here come Esme out of there. Me and Ace love our Rome. I said, "This B got her memory back." I'm sorry. y'all know I was riding for Esme. I said she don't have her memory. She still need to be tried for what she did, but cut her a break. But this girl, this the same old Esme. And then somebody told me in my comments, they said, "Isn't it funny how she went right to, so is Spencer your boyfriend? When Trina went to visit her, are you and Spencer dating?" Is that mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll see, child. This the same old is man. But anyways, guys, that was General Hospital today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.